The bell has rung. So get seated and join Elementary Schooled for today's interview.
I would like to give a special thanks to each and every sponsor for this podcast. Thank you, Bountiful Mazda, Complete Landscapes, IXL Learning Program, SRW, Security Training and Consulting, Taylor Learning Center, Utah Entity Services, and Viva Agree. Thank you. Welcome to Elementary School. This is Season 2, Episode 11, and today we are talking about the NFL Character Playbook Program and other free programs that I just don't know if people know how many great free programs are out there. And this is by the company EverFi. Make sure you get that right in your pronunciation. I'd like to welcome Khalia Murray from EverFi's Custom Online Education. Welcome. Thanks for joining us.
Thank you so much for having me, Melanie. As you stated, my name is Khalia Murray. I am a former educator. I've taught pre-K, kindergarten, and also served as a K-4 interventionist. I also have an online tutoring company called Miss Murray's Corner. Yes, I'd love to tell you more about that later.
Love that.
I also work at EverFi. My current role, I am an education partnership specialist. And within that role, I manage our EverFi champions, which are teacher ambassadors that love our resources and are frequent users, as well as our district advisory council, which is comprised of district administrators, and then also our student ambassador program. So I work to get these programs up and running within users of our platform.
Thank you. I always love when I meet someone really amazing that also has a teacher background. That's why you're so amazing.
Teachers unite, always. Once a teacher, always a teacher.
It's true. Teachers can do anything, don't you think? Especially after COVID, you can do any program, you can run any organization, you can do anything. Teachers are amazing. So
Absolutely.
thank you for joining us. I love this. I don't know if other people notice this. We do have a lot of listeners now. So thank you for those joining us and listening. We're always looking for good resources to help with our kids. I know that all these free programs, including the NFL Character Playbook, they're all free and it goes K through 12. Is that correct?
Yes, absolutely.
Will you tell us, because for anyone that maybe noticed this during the Super Bowl, there were many ads for Character Playbook, and it caught my attention, and I was doing some research. What a great program it's about building relationships. Will you tell us about this program and how schools can be involved?
Absolutely. So for anyone that watched our commercial that within the Super Bowl, thank you so much for tuning in. You can, if you didn't see it, you can also find it at www.characterplaybook.com. And there it will take you to our landing page where you can see excerpts of the commercial and then also information about how to get started on the program. Any teacher can go on and create an account. We also have a single sign-on access for any teachers that use Clever or ClassLink. So a quick 1, 2, 3, pop it on. Don't even have to go in and make accounts for your students if you have that single sign-on capability, which is great. Teachers love that, want to make it quick and easy. But within the topics of Character Playbook, we really talk about why soft skills are important. So the need to form healthy relationships, how to communicate, how to discuss conflict resolution, and we really want to make it sticky for our students. One thing that I really love about our resources is that we make it so relatable to the age group. So within Character Playbook, I would definitely say this is a middle and high school resource. So, it's going to be realistic scenario-based things. You'll see students at their lockers, in their school environment. So it really makes it relatable to the audience that we have. And it is a free resource as well. Not sure if I added that.
Yeah, it's hard to find free resources where you don't have to jump through all these hoops and pay for a license or go to your district and really campaign for that. Just out of curiosity, how is it funded?
Absolutely. So people always say, okay, what's the catch? Is
Yeah,
the
yeah.
programming
People, listeners
free?
do want to know. There's got to be
How is it
something.
free? Absolutely. So yes, I stand on that. You will never ever see a bill from us. And we also have unlimited licensing, but we are able to make these free and obviously affordable to teachers and students because we have partner organizations that ensure that we can make these resources free. So our partnerships with these organizations allow us to give them to teachers at no cost. So, for example, the NFL is one of our partner organizations that we work with to create Character Playbook. We also have different organizations that we work with, health orgs, financial literacy, and different banks. So, looking to partner with like minded organizations.
Yeah, thank you. And just kind of a follow up, and we can edit this out if you don't know or want to answer this, but because this has come up before, what can you say to kind of put parents and educators at ease sometimes when free programs are about getting student information? And so that can be a privacy issue. Can you say anything to that just to put people at ease?
Yes, absolutely. Number one, as a former educator, student privacy first and foremost. So within our platform, we take it very serious. Students only put their first name, last initial when creating their student accounts, and teachers will have, again, full access to make sure, there is nothing out of the ordinary going on, even as an employee. We can't go in and like share information about student data on this platform because it is sacred.
Thank you. Thanks for clarifying that because that's a biggie now. Students are being accessed in so many different ways. And so we want to assure people that their information isn't being sold. It's not asking for a student number or any really invasive information for your child. And I think that's important. Will you explain EverFi is then the umbrella over Character Playbook? Is that correct?
So EverFi is the organization. Yes, Character Playbook is just one of the, I would say, over 40 resources that we have. But we also have other character education courses that are similar to Character Playbook. So like I mentioned, Character Playbook, I would say was in the middle and high school range. We also have some elementary resources for character education as well.
Will you talk about a couple of those that really meet the needs for elementary, K through 6? At least that's how it is here in Utah, but other states might go, K through 5 if they have a middle school. But anyway, the younger primary grades, what really helps meet the needs? Which programs would you say?
Absolutely. Within our character education umbrella, we have the Compassion Project, which is
Mhm.
going to be an elementary empathy curriculum. So it's going to be geared, I would say, towards our like second, third, fourth, sometimes fifth graders. And
Perfect.
like I said, this also, we make it so relatable. So let's just say, within Character Playbook, you'll see lockers looking more of like an advanced setting. Whereas within the Compassion Project, you're going to see the youngsters on the playground. So making those even more sticky and scenarios based that young elementary students can relate to as well. We also have a course called Understanding Mental Wellness. So that is going to talk a lot about, what it means to be mentally well, how to show empathy to others, how to let someone know when you need to advocate for yourself or, get some additional help. So I would say within that umbrella, we have a couple courses and us actually also honor code as well, which is our anti-bullying course. So all looking to help students in all areas.
Thank you for mentioning those. Ever since I did an interview with Michelle Borba, Dr. Michelle Borba, on her book Unselfie, I've thought so much about what you're saying with compassion and empathy, that is something that now we really need to bring into our curriculum. And I love that you have that's one of the main focuses, this compassion project. Is there anything else you can tell us about that one specifically? Like, what are the students doing? Are they watching little video clips, or how much engagement is going on with that program?
Absolutely. So within the Compassion Project, like I said, I'm a former educator. So I envision using this, during your morning meeting or closing meeting when you really want to set the scene, set the day for your students. It has a lot of discussion starters. So a lot of our resources will have modules within the course, but then also follow-up work that you can do as well. So, the students may be going through a module where they're talking about kindness. So they may watch a short video and then answer some questions about, how to be kind to a friend, how to show your friends that, you really care about them. Or, if you see something on the playground that wasn't so kind, what is something that you can do as well?
I did notice that even your programs like financial education start as young as fourth grade. Is that correct?
Absolutely. So EverFi actually, when we first started, our flagship course was our EverFi financial literacy course. So we pretty much started as a financial literacy based teaching real world skills, and we have since evolved since then. But yes, we do have our financial literacy course for elementary students, which I would say starts in about third, fourth grade, and it's called Vault. It talks about responsible decision making. They talk a lot about needs versus wants. Also, some minor career exploration, learning about money, learning about coins, and kind of setting the stage for what financial literacy looks like at that young age.
I'm so glad to hear that, because a lot of that with money and teaching specific concepts with money, they're not included in a lot of the curriculum now. And so, but it's an important concept. I love that specific program, Vault. So parents can use this as a summer program too. Like, if you just want to do this with your child and you want to have something going through the summer, is this something that would be usable for parents to do in their homes?
Yes, absolutely. So parents too can also sign up and just sign up as a homeschool teacher. They'd be able to go in, set up an account, create an account for their child, and then assign them the lessons that they would like them to work on. It's really great because, as I mentioned, we have the self-paced modules, but then also supplemental materials that come with worksheets, different activities, project-based things that parents can work on with their children as well. And we always know that parents are their child's first teacher.
That is the truth. And thank you for explaining that, because I think another shift that we're having in education is, at least here, by the time a student gets into the late junior high years and especially into high school, they need to know how to work programs that have modules. And so for elementary students, doing something like that in the summer is a good introductory piece to leading that to later in their schooling.
Absolutely.
So, what can you say in terms of what you've seen just from your observations and your experiences? What have you seen with this programs and how it's made a difference in student lives?
I've been able to, see the impact of our resources. We also provide scholarships. So, students are able to work on the modules and really explain to us. We have a scholarship contest where we'll go in and, vet the scholarship application, but really explain the impact that EverFi has had on their lives. So from, teaching them about how to open a bank account, how to solve a conflict with their friend, how to take preventative education courses like Vaping Know the Truth or prescription drug safety. And I think that we do a really great job of exposing them to this material in a way that is kid friendly, developmentally appropriate, but then also gives them access that they can explain what it is that they're learning.
I noticed that in your new curriculum that you do have, I'm going to repeat those two programs. well, I guess they're more like lessons. Is that right? About vaping and the dangers of vaping? Is that more like a lesson?
I would say it's a course. It
It's
is
a
a
course.
in itself.
Okay. And then the prescription drug safety, that is huge. And I really don't know of any other entity that is doing that in their curriculum.
That is actually a really cool one. And me, as myself, I actually learned something new as well. We did an event with Kroger. So, Kroger is one of the sponsors of that course. And we went to a school and pretty much did this simulation of how you can properly dispose of prescription drugs. So, they pretty much give, the child a solution. We use like the little Smartie candies as
Mhm.
the replica of the pills, but it shows you, you may be home and just have, tons of pills from, when you were sick at one point, but us as adults, we may just keep it there. But, if you have young children in the house, you really have to dispose of it so that they don't get anywhere near it. So it goes through the ins and outs of how to do that, and it dissolves, and then you can go ahead and just pour it down the drain. So I learned something new as well.
I appreciate that. And I also want to comment on that you know this as a teacher, that when children are exposed to lessons like that and coursework of that nature, they are sometimes the reminder that if you have a student or your child in your home saying, why do we have some of this medication that's labeled, but do we need it anymore? Just by having our own kids ask questions, it can be a good reminder for the whole family.
Absolutely.
So this coursework, these lessons, these programs are really important. I love how up to date they are. It's really new and improved, I guess you could say, with curriculum that we need to keep our kids safe. So that's what I love about it.
Thank
I
you.
will list all of these resources in the show notes, but again, will you say where to go online so that people can also hear it when they listen on Spotify or Apple?
Yes. So if you wanted to go ahead and create a new account, you can go to www.everfi.com/new teacher. That will bring you to our landing page to create an account and find out about our other resources.
Perfect. Thank you so much for that. I do like to end with a little Christian thought. And this is a little scripture phrase that's just hit me recently that I love so much. And it says, my soul rejoiceth. And I just want you to know, like, my soul rejoiceth in these programs, anything that's doing good for our kids. I think we just need our souls to rejoice in so many things. And friendship, friendship building, relationship building, this is what our kids need. They really need to spend time thinking about these concepts, and EverFi has done a great job in providing these free programs. So Khalia, thank you for your wisdom and talents and sharing with us today.
Thank you so much for having me, Melanie. It was a pleasure.
Thank you. Sure. I bet you'd be a really fun teacher. So if you're ever in Utah, come visit our classroom. But I know you're in Atlanta, and I know you have a couple other efforts on the side. Will you mention your podcast that you do?
Yeah, absolutely. So within Miss Murray's Corner, it is an online tutoring company, but I also do Instagram lives of bedtime stories. I'm actually having one tonight. It's our 30th episode. But within Bedtime Story Chronicles, I will interview authors of children's books. And then from there, we'll do a read aloud of the book as well as a giveaway. And kids get really excited about it. They get at this point, they've heard 30 books. So they really invested into it. And it's a great reach to kind of just reach audiences and expose them to books that they may not have even heard of before. So,
Leah, that's really cool. Thank you. Thanks for doing that. All good efforts mean so much in this life. Thank you.
Thanks for being part of today's class. To submit a question or topic for further episodes, please email elementary.schooled@outlook.com. School is out for today, but please remember, when we strengthen a child, we strengthen society.